Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a full-on glam with me full beat tutorial, something easy that you can use for prom or graduation or night with a bae or night out with the girls. Either way, it's something that you can use to just be glam AF, if you know what I mean. So to start it off, we're just going to be prepping and priming the skin. This is just my normal routine. I do this in all of my videos. Just eye cream, moisturizer, primer. But today we'll be doing a different step. Between the primer and the foundation, I have recently picked up a tip from the queens, the drag queens that is, and I set my face before foundation. So basically a set before, like, you're gonna put powder on and then put liquid on. I know, it sounds crazy, but don't worry guys, you'll love me when you try it. And if you haven't tried it, try it. Don't be scared. Step out into the crowd. So far I've been totally loving this Boscia white charcoal mattifying spray. It kind of scares me a little bit when you spray it directly onto the face because it does leave like white spots on the face, but if I spray it onto my beauty blender and stamp it onto the face, it just sets my face beautifully. I love it. I just don't love the initial spray onto the face. Spray onto the beauty blender, that's a different story. So this is what I was talking about, guys. Using a like super like just finely milled powder, a translucent powder, of course. You're just going to want to take a little pad and just stamp that all over the face and make sure you completely brush off the excess powder. And I promise you guys, your shine, your oils, your everything bad will be completely gone. Your foundation will last all night long. I'm talking about all night long, to the point where if you fall asleep and you wake up in the morning, you still look fab. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about you guys, but it's summer here. It's about to be summer here in New York. And in the summertime, my skin gets so oily, it's annoying. And this little trick is going to save my summer, I promise you. Of course, you can, I'm just going to go on top of it with my Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, just because when I use the powder trick under my foundation, I just prefer to use a more matte foundation on top of it. Now if you do have dry skin, maybe go on top with your normal dewy foundation. I don't really know how that would interact with each other. Maybe you guys can leave down in the comments and tell me what happened, or maybe I'll just make another video showing you what happened. If you guys want to see that, leave a comment down below saying that as well. But of course, I'm just going to be taking my beauty blender and blending that out, because we don't want no stamp marks over here, hunty. Not at all. Not at all. And of course, my face looks amazing. And we're just going to be setting the face a second time. Now, this is a crucial step when wanting your foundation to last all night. For me, in particular, I love to set in between each step. So, primer set, foundation set, highlight set, bronzer set, blush set, highlight set. Every time I'm about to put on a new powder onto my face, I love to just stamp on with that Boscia white charcoal powder and just set on top. It's amazing. I'm telling you, the spray, it's not good to spray directly onto your face, but with the beauty blender trick that I have acquired, it is amazing. And of course, we're just going to be setting under the eye with my Cover FX translucent powder. Guys, I think this is like taking over the place of my Laura Mercier, and that holds high standards, I promise you, because the pedestal was way too high. Too many steps to that Laura Mercier, and hunty, that Cover FX has walked past it, because I promise you, this powder is bomb. I'm even thinking about getting because it comes in a light and a dark, I'm thinking about getting the dark to set my contour with, because you know, sometimes I don't feel like putting on a lot of brown bronzer, I just want to contour, and I feel like that would work. If you guys tried that before, leave it down below in the comments and tell me what you guys think. If I should do it, if I shouldn't do it. I'm really on the verge. I don't want to do like impulsive makeup shopping, but it's gonna happen, I promise you. And of course, we're just gonna be taking this more dome brush and just wiping off the excess powder, and of course taking another more flat kabuki dome brush and just making sure that the powder is set into the skin. because of course, like I said, this is a more glam look, and for my more glam looks, I always like my foundation to last all night, because when I'm gonna be glam, that means I'm out all night. I don't just do glam to go to the store. I don't do glam to go to the movies. I'm doing glam for all night. And the star and key of today is using my Morphe 35F, and it's just a more cool tone palette with a lot of shimmers, and then of course the essential mattes at the bottom. I feel like this palette is just so well rounded. You can use it all year round. If you're more of a cool tone type of girl, you'll love it. And if you're really into those shimmer shadows on the lid, you'll especially love it, with a little like Fix Plus or setting spray on the fingertip, and you just like dab it into the lid. Perfect. If you guys missed that little trick I did there, in today's look, I will be doing sort of like a cut crease, and in order to find out where you want your crease to sit, just look up towards your mirror, and you'll see, if you have hooded eyes, you'll see where you don't see your lid anymore. That's where you want to put your crease at. That's what you want to put your new crease at, let's say, because let's just say hooded eyes and cut creases, they were meant to be for each other, because who said you can't have a new crease? Who said that? Nobody, because I'm making a new crease today, honey. I need these bigger eyes, and with the different shades of brown that I will be using, you're gonna see me completely just create that new crease. As you can tell already, I'm just defining my new crease a little bit more, slightly, just a little bit at a time, because I feel like when it comes to that new crease area, you want your transitions to be as seamless as possible. You want them to transit as smoothly as possible, because you don't want any harsh lines in that area, because it's sort of like a shadow, you know. You don't want it to look crazy. You want it to look like a natural just shadow that you have in your eye, in your crease area. So of course it's gonna take just a lot of going back and forth with a lot of different just brushes and a smaller brush strokes, nothing too harsh. And I'm gonna be just making that outer V shape on my eye, because I feel like when it comes to doing glam looks, I love that outer V like shape that the ladies have on the ends of their eyes. I think it's so beautiful, so like sexy and glamorous, chic, so chic. Like I said, it's just going to take a lot of going back and forth with the same colors, and just making sure that your crease line is just very blended and nice and smooth. You don't want it to look too harsh or, you know, too crazy. You need it to look smooth. So please, ladies, take your time. That is like the best thing that any person in makeup, like any advice that they can give you, is to take your time with blending, because blending is never just a 1 2 3. It's a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, hunty, you need to blend. And for my shimmer shadows, the part cut out where I use my Kiko Milano, like it's like a metallic eye base, I used it first and then went on top with the Morphe 35F glitter shadows. And then on top of the glitter shadows, I'm just going to blend it out and make sure that my crease line stays existent, because your shimmer shadows can just bring back like light to where your natural crease is, and it won't look so good. So you just want to go back over it and make sure that your crease stays exactly where you want it to be, not where your natural crease is, if you guys get what I mean. And of course, we're going to just highlight the brow bone using that more shimmer, the lightest shimmer in the palette. Now for blush today, I learned this new trick that I'm kind of loving. Ofra has like these glitter, or more shimmer, I should say, blushes, and I think they're perfect because they're more like toppers. If you guys don't know what toppers are, it's just something that you put on top of anything. So they have lip toppers, blush topper, bronzer toppers, things like that. This is more of like a blush topper, and I like to put that on first and then put my blush on after, because I feel like it just gives my face more of a natural glow instead of just having one strip of highlight. I like my face to be glowy all around when I'm doing glam, because I just feel like if you're not glamorous if you're not glowing. Hello, you need the 2 G's, glam and glow. And this part is gonna take such focus it's just close the doors, shut the music, put your phone on airplane mode, just zone in, because I promise you, liner is so hard. Now, tips that I can give you is, maybe if you're new to it, start off with a felt tip liner or a brush tip liner, because you get more control, because it is like a pencil. When you're more advanced, you can move to like the more stick liners. I know NYC makes a perfect stick liner. The stick is like really long, but once you get the hang of things, it's so matte, so black, and it's cheap, and it's so good. This one is actually from M Cosmetics. It's my first time hearing about the brand. I actually received it in my Ipsy bag from last month, but I completely love it. I have like no complaints about it. When I first got it, it was like a little sheer, but as you like, it's a buildable product, so the more I'm swiping along, the more blacker it becomes, you know. And I always just, using this particular liner, I always like to put just a black shadow on top, because I do notice that it doesn't have like a matte finish. It does have like a more glossy, dewy finish, and I really don't like that when it comes to liners. I like it to be like matte as possible. So of course, I just like to add the black on top. But what I am going to do is put a little bit of that black liner into my crease line to just define it a little bit more, make sure that it's a little bit more defined, as you can say, and a little bit more prompt. And we're just going to be taking a really, really skinny to the tip angled brush. Going to be putting that in that matte black shadow from that Morphe 35F palette. If you guys don't have the 35F, get it. I promise you, you will not regret it. And we're just going to be going back and forth with the black on the angled brush, and with a more fluffy dome pencil brush, just so that as we apply, we can blend. Because with these areas, you don't want to let the product sit, because I feel like it will transfer. Because I do have hooded eyes, I don't want it to transfer on to any other parts of the eye that are shimmery and white. That would be a disaster. Moving on to highlight, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, which is like my like holy grail right now. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go pick up another one soon, because I'm like 10 swipes away from hitting pan on Glow Getta. It's like my highlight of the year right now, and it's also such a perfect highlight for the body. I use it on my collarbone and on my shoulder points, just so that I can be a little glowy everywhere, you know. I want the light to shine. I want people to look at me and be like, "Hey, Glow, how you doing, Glow?" And of course, welcome back. Lashes are on, and I also applied a couple of small falsie lashes to just the bottom line, just to make it a little tiny bit more dramatic. Now with this look, I would go for two separate lip looks, and I'll show you both. A more just simple nudie look, and a more glossy red lip. And we're back with the Kiko Milano matte lipsticks. I love these lipsticks. When it comes to matte lipsticks, I'm not the type of girl who likes the completely dry to touch matte lipsticks. I like the more creamier like matte lipsticks, because I don't like the peeling, I don't like the dryness. It's a little too rough for me. I prefer the more creamier mattes. And then we're going to be using, I think it's 603 on the outer and 601 on the inner. It's just basically a brown nudie on the outside and a more like pale nudie on the inside. I love the combination together. I feel like it just tones the look down more if you're just using this for like a graduation, or, you know, night out with bae or something like that, you know? If you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, please click the button below. I have tons of looks. Trust me, you guys will love me the more you watch me. And I'd love to get to know you guys as well. So like and subscribe to me. Moving on to the next lip. It's a more red, like rusty red look. These RK by Kiss matte lip lacquers. They aren't, I wouldn't say like dry to touch, but if you wear them long enough, they're dry to touch. I don't know, it's weird. Like when you first put, I guess it takes like hours and hours to dry, but whatever. It's amazing. Like, the formulas of these lipsticks are amazing, and they're only like $3-4, if that. I actually think they're only like $2, but I love it. I completely, truly love it. Sorry about the nose scratching, guys. That area, I have like really long nose hairs and they get itchy. Don't mind me. I know, it's a little weird, but whatever. And moving on to the gloss, using my e.l.f. Clear Lip Gloss. If you guys don't have just a regular clear gloss, you need to invest in this. It's only $1 and it's amazing. Like, it's amazing. It's a perfect topper for any shade, any color. It works because it's not a sticky gloss. It's more of just a glossy gloss, if you guys know what I mean. And gloss is coming back. Mark my words, gloss is coming back. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen it everywhere. Gloss is coming back. It's just a trend, and I don't know why it ever went out of trend. I love it. And here's the final look. I hope you guys like my prom, date night, graduation, just glam as fuck look. And like and subscribe below, and add me on the gram so we can be gram buddies. Bye, guys.